that we're going to be saying, yo, did you see? RIP and Kisonyo. You must think, guys. And you must be careful. And if this thing goes south, the ones that were posting these videos, they're going to be coming for you. They're going to be coming for you. Hey Dazzling Diamonds, so I hear that on the 24th of September, there's going to be a national youth march, right? The youth is marching because they want justice in this country. They want Ramaphosa out. They are tired, basically, of all the weird things that have been happening in South Africa. And they are taking to the streets to march, to get their justice to be heard, and so on. But something is not right.
Bounded by chains of unemployment, being abroad in search of opportunities, we are trapped by the selfish games of political parties. Corruption has no other whip than in extinguishing the light of our futures. Youth, rise! We are the torch bearers of change. If we do not raise our voices, who will? If we do not raise our voices, who will? If we do not build this nation, who will? We are the fire that will burn away the darkness. We are the storm that will sweep away injustice and bring prosperity.
Something is not right about this march. You guys saw what happened in Nepal. And all of a sudden, now you want to take to the streets.
Mzansi, are you watching this? Are you seeing this? It took Nepal 2 days to overthrow the government. 2 days. These people were dragging the minister from the streets, kicking him with another flying kick that I've never seen in my life, taking him to the river to baptize him, wash his sins. This guy even resigned from his position. It took them 2 days. And in Indonesia, it took them 10 days just to overthrow the government. What's failing us?
You saw how situations got dangerous over there. I'm all for it. Stand up for what's right. March, protest, do your thing peacefully, safely. But that's what triggered you guys. Because now on TikTok, it was like, did you guys see what they did? Yeah, we need to be standing up. This is how you do it, youth. Come on, youth.
Thing is that you guys do not understand how bad the corruption in Nepal is. Like, you guys are there in the comments saying, Nguti, South Africa, take notes. You don't understand how big the corruption is. Like, they're so angry. Those people are so angry. Like, we have never been as angry as South Africans. And by the time we are as angry, South Africa will be swimming in corruption. Okay? And please, another thing is that please choose and pick who you make famous, because influencers with like 6.9 million followers, I'm not saying who and who, are not speaking about these type of issues.
They burned people alive. They looted and burnt infrastructure. They destroyed the things that they need. And I have a feeling that's what you guys want to do now. And I don't like this.
On the 24th of September, we're having a national youth march. If you are in Pretoria, you're going to meet the people at the Union Building. Cape Town, same applies. These are some of the tips that I have. Wear all black so that you don't stand out. Wear something that covers your tattoos, your ears, as well as this bridge. Maybe put on some makeup. Have a water bottle with water in case you or your partners or the people you'll be working with get pepper sprayed. Pepper spray is very painful. Water rinses it out. Carry it. Disable location services on your phone if you're going to take your phone along. If you don't take it along, write important numbers somewhere on your body whereby it won't be erased. If you decide to take videos of the protest, ensure that you blur out faces of the people who will be protesting with you. Layer up clothing to protect yourself from rubber bullets. Do not post yourself at the location of the protest because police will arrest you if they find out you were there. Disable face lock and fingerprint lock so that if you are bringing your phone along to take videos, when the police arrest you, they will force you to unlock your phone. Passwords are safer than fingerprint and face lock. They will force you to unlock your phone. Disable those features. Do not wear sandals, wear boots or techies. If you're going to be at the back, when police start shooting, do not panic. You will scare the people who are at the front lines. The people who are at the front lines are the ones who are supposed to move away when the police start shooting. The people who are going to be frontliners, ensure that you have heat-proof gloves so that when they throw the gas canisters at you, you can pick them up and throw them back at the police. Have a face mask or a bandana so that when they start shooting tear gas, you have something to, cover yourself with. The safety goggles that the construction workers were wearing, if you can get maybe 5 pairs and you're going to be in the front lines so that you can pass on to the other people who are going to be in the front lines, this will help them be protected from the tear gas. If you decide to carry a backpack, ensure that there's water, snacks, a scarf, saline solution, goggles, scarf, or earplugs.
I'm all for standing up for what's right. I'm all for peaceful protests and so on. But the way people are going on now online, it seems like you're planning something dangerous. You're planning to be bad. And you're going to get caught.
As the last night was actually crazy, and it showed me exactly what the youth of South Africa actually cares about. And it wasn't a secret before, but imagine actively trying to inform people. I know the setting was but the setting wasn't crazy because we were actually at a games night, right? And the games night was becoming boring. People were keeping quiet, there was no music. And I'm like, oh, okay. And we were outside actually. So I'm like, oh, okay, how about we start talking about, the relevant issues that are happening, and especially the march, on the 24th of September. I wanted to talk about that, and just in as people do, it's a conversation, boss. It's a conversation starter. Can I tell you, people didn't even know that there's a march. Did you know that people don't know there's a march? Your guys' youth is really crazy.
When it comes to the youth standing up for what's right, I'm in support of that, without fear of any contradiction. But inspiration must be met with wisdom.
So guys, I've been scrolling on my TikTok, and my TikTok is flooded about the protest that's going to happen on the 24th of September. Guys, I don't know, hey? What is your take on this? I feel like people that are in the government space and that are over 60 should just retire so that us as the youth can actually get jobs, you understand?
South Africa, I did a video yesterday talking about strategy, and I'm not happy with the suggestions you guys put there. You guys are talking about burning stuff and closing down stuff. We say we are the educated generation. Let us reflect that in the strategies and the ways that we go about bringing change.
So I'm hearing that South African youths want to go out for a big protest on the 24th of September. I want to talk to you as a youth and also a spiritual man. Why that is not a bad idea, because it is a civic right to protest for good governance and against any policy you feel is against the Constitution. I want to say that the protest must be peaceful. It must be a peaceful protest. That's the only way you can send a message to the government. If you involve thugs and street guys that are just there to loot, your effort will be thwarted. So don't allow people that are not literate enough to be at the forefront of the protest. Don't allow looting. Don't go about destroying people's property. Don't go about stealing. Don't go about destroying government properties, because at the end you regret it. You see what happened in Nepal? Don't allow it to happen in South Africa, because at the end you will pay for it. 20 people died in Nepal due to the protest, and people are still dying. People are in the hospital. So many people are injured. Properties are destroyed, houses burned, and government properties burned down. That will not solve any problem. So as you prepare for this protest, ensure that the protest is peaceful. Ensure that your message is properly passed to the government and the leaders and the politicians. If you do that, there might be a change. The protests will come up with good results. But if you don't, it will backfire. I'm telling you, it will backfire. So think twice before going out for this protest. God bless you.
You know one thing a lot of youth are in again happen. Mob psychology. Majority of the youth actually, they don't know what's happening in their own country. But because but we do or about complain aga 1, 2, 3, they want to join in and say, yeah, mara. They don't know exactly what they are protesting but about. Like your youth are misinformed and have an information. And as information I think they not by imopela batho ba bone mara bone they choose to ignore it mara ba ira dilo tsa go tshwana le bodi ntho ya sefane ya go trend ya gore monna o kgone go tseya sefane sa mosadi. Those are the things that were interesting. Umbutso yo thusa bjang that day. I wanna do the wealth that you are chasing, the generational wealth that you are chasing, that you are saying o se kere go.
Build them, don't give them. There's a scripture in the Bible about Christ, right? He was teaching the people how to fish. He didn't fish for them. He taught them how to fish. So the problem is that when you start giving people, they rely, they depend, right? And I'm not against the march that is coming. There's a lot of corruption and all that. The South African youth depends too much on the government. The South African youth depends too much on the government. There's people who come from other countries who come here and build. The South African youth depends so much on the government to a point where the only option that they see is jobs. They don't think about starting a business. They don't think about creating. And this is a problem. And this is not only about the government, but this applies in every single person in your life, even your children. If you don't teach your children how to build, to become independent, when you die, it's going to be a problem.
Mabethunana, sanusdubula xa siya kule march yini, do not shoot us. Why? Ngoba senzela South Africa futhi ngoba niyava kuthiwa youth protest, youth protest, youth yabona, youth protest. Do not shoot us, we are the youth. Like sanusdubula. And I've never understood that concept of like shooting at youngsters. What is wrong with y'all? Like I will never get it. Do not shoot us. If y'all shoot at us, it's like nenzanga masbom at that point. Koba. The whole point of the protest is for it to be peaceful and just for our voices to be like heard on the matters that we are protesting against. You know? So do not shoot us. Like we're just trying to make our country better, guys. Yo.
This is a call to private security, civil society, parents, veterans of marches, and just anybody who's willing to stand in as a barricade, home protection for the youth who will be marching on the 24th of September. We know that the police in this country are not shy to use rubber bullets, tear gas, any means to disperse a crowd. So with that in mind, I would hope that people would be willing to reach out to the organizers of this march to maintain and ensure safety of everybody involved, because we all know how this can get out of hand and unruly. And I'm really calling on the leaders of this movement and people that are posting videos on TikTok, do not incite violence, do not incite destruction, because that has consequences. Like I'm saying, we all saw what happened with the July unrest that resulted in many businesses being looted, and a lot of businesses had to close down because of that. And I'm not talking about businesses that do not care about people. I'm talking about businesses that do care for people, businesses who are operating ethically and want to take care of their communities, who serve their communities with honor and respect. So with that being said, I really hope that we can all come together to protect those that will be marching on the 24th, come up with solutions and ways to keep them safe, to allow every South African to have the right to protest, but safe protest that is protected, that is not unruly, that does not put anybody in danger.
Lord have mercy. Anyways, I've seen this like 2 times already, and it's getting a lot of views. Nepal protests are engineered by the US government, so we should just sit back and watch our government, cripple the youth, because it will seem like it was all engineered by the US government. Guys, you're sounding kind of like a broken record. What is going on?
When people are starting to tell you of what you must wear, how you can evade the cops, how you can be sneaky and shisty, it becomes concerning. Because what are you actually doing? What are you actually planning? Those kind of warnings don't scream peaceful. And then also another thing is, you're having the march on the 24th, which is a public holiday. Usually if you want to shut down a country or what have you, to do these marches or protests, you do it on a day when the economy is moving. You shut things down to get the attention. But if you're shutting things down on a public holiday, you're not really shutting anything down. So what are you guys really up to? It's sounding very dangerous and you're going to get caught. Is this... No, man. Something is funny here. I think there are some people out there with good intentions. That I'm with for sure. But there are some people that are doing something funny in the dark. Why must you cover up your faces and have all these lists of what to do if they catch you, disable your location, whatever? Isn't it going to be a peaceful march? You're trying to do what they did in Nepal, isn't it? That's what you're trying to do, isn't it? I can see what you're trying to do. Sure. I hope that's not the case, but that's what it's giving. What's the plan? Do you understand what I mean? Because if you go and loot and burn infrastructure and so on, you have to go clean it up the next day. Or who's going to clean it up? And then, what happens 3 months after that? Aren't you causing an even bigger problem? Because with proper planning, you could do this thing nice and clean. But the way you guys are warning each other on social media and preparing each other, it sounds like you're up to bushigi. And I have a feeling that after that, we're going to be saying, yo, did you see? R.I.P. and Kisonyo. You must think, guys. And you must be careful. And if this thing goes south, the ones that were posting these videos, they're going to be coming for you. They're going to be coming for you. Right? Anyway, be safe out there. I'll see you.